Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is another Makeup Bag Monday. We are on Makeup Bag number 8, but let's first start with Makeup Bag 7 and reviewing all the products. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and let's start. So, I did not like Makeup Bag 7. My poor sister. She did a really good job of picking my products, but the problem is what I added to the bag didn't work out for me. So, definitely a declutter coming, and most of this is going back to my sister. So let's start with the palettes as we normally do. First, the Violet Voss Olive You Forever palette. I really thought I wanted this. I really thought this was going to be my jam, but I don't love it. Here's why. These are all so warm, and when I do a green eye, I think I like to pair it with more cool shades. So that's the first problem. Second, when I looked at this, it didn't inspire me. And even now I'm like, oh, that's so pretty, but I didn't love it. The shadows performed well. So if this like color story speaks to you, I think you're good. But for me, it just fell flat. The Esmeralda 2 palette. So when I look at this, it like brings me so much joy. These shadows performed really well too, but I wasn't feeling it either. I think a lot of it had to do with what else happened on my face, which I will go over. But this was a fun palette. I used it a couple times, but I wasn't really inspired to use that this week. Yeah, I did like this shade. This was fun. This is going really well. The Makeup Forever Contour, whatever, Pro Sculpting palette. This does not work for me. So the shades are pigmented. However, the blush totally disappeared on me. Like when I swatch it, I can see it. It's definitely there. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm sorry, I have other eyeshadows on. But I could see it. I could swatch it on my hand and see it. But there's something about this shade, this super peachy shade that just disappeared on my face. I didn't like it. The contour would show up a little bit, but nothing special. And the cream highlight was fine. There was just nothing about this that I loved, and I didn't love using it. I was very, like, there's 100% could be a learning curve, okay? Because I used it with my finger, it didn't work. And then I put it on with like a flat brush and then blended it. Didn't work. It just kind of disappeared on me. So I know she got this at the BoxyCharm pop-up sale, so she didn't pay full price, but I think at one point this was like $40-something. Super glad I didn't get it. Next, she let me use the Bake Bronze and Brighten and Fair. This is just too light on me. So I love this formula. I have it in the medium or the original shade, and I love it. I just didn't like the fair, so that was too light. The Juicy Pang blusher I loved. Now, I rather personally like more mauve tone blushes, or even a little bit more like rosy peach. This is straight up pink, so it's definitely pretty. I loved how it wore. It was kind of like a watercolor. It was beautiful. Not my preferred shade, but really beautiful formula. Really fun to put on, actually. Like that. I never ended up using the Take Me to Tantago palette. This is mine. I just didn't use it. I probably should have, because I didn't like my bronzer all week, but I'll just put that back into my collection. I hated this combination this week. Oh my God. So I took my CC corrector from Tarte, which I loved to the point that I scraped everything off, and that's what I have left, okay? I loved this in the past. It made my eyes look so dry and old, I couldn't even stand myself. Like, I didn't want to take pictures of my makeup all week because I was like, why do you look like the oldest woman on earth? Drink some more water. And I used this by itself, and it did it. And I paired it with my beloved Bare Minerals, and it did it. So one of these is to blame. I think it's this one. I mean, it's really old, and maybe it's turned and I gotta get a new one or just toss this, but this, I'm not gonna use this anymore. I was not happy all week. So this is getting decluttered. I never thought I would declutter this, especially when I'm so close to fully panning it, but I'm still gonna call that a success and throw it in the garbage. As far as these products, I have the Well Rested and the Bisque. What I found that I loved the most is I put them on, if you know Bare Minerals, you know that it kind of like warms up with your skin, and it like all melts together. Ooh, I forgot to put a setting spray. Hang on. Okay. Don't know if that made any difference, but I like the way that smells. That was the Max Fix Plus. Anyway, so how I loved using these is, I feel like I have droplets all over my face. How I loved using these is applying them with like the flat brush that they suggest at Bare Minerals, and then taking a beauty blender. It could even be, or a sponge. This is a Makeup Forever sponge. Nope, this is a makeup eraser sponge. But anyway, taking a sponge, it could totally be dry, spraying it with Fix Plus, and then tapping it out. And I did really like that. However, this week, again, I'm blaming the CC cream, but this week these looked horrible on me. So I'm gonna do a makeup bag where it's just Bare Minerals products, and I'm gonna give this another shot, but it was like rough. It was rough. What else made it rough were my foundations. So the CC, It Cosmetics CC cream. So this was like, I went through tubes of this. It was one of my favorite foundations ever. I always applied it with my hands in the car, and I would put it quickly on my face and set it with powder, put some bronzer on, and get going. And this one, my babies were 18 months and my first two are only 18 months apart. So they were like, you know, really young, driving to work. Now this shade is not right for me. It is too light and a little bit too gray almost. So that was the first problem. The second problem is this expired this month. And I do actually think that it's turned in a way. It was not as drying as I thought it had been. So earlier this year, I did try it and I hated it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. The shade is off, it's expired, and my makeup looked crappy. So this is also going. 2 declutters. The Vibrancy Foundation from Josie Maran. This color is a little bit better. It's in the shade Mystical, but I didn't like how my foundation looked all week. Like, I didn't like this. And again, it could have been the primer, which I'll show you in a minute, but this one 100% smells bad. So Josie Maran puts argan oil. It's an oil. It eventually turns, you know, it turns like rancid, or it doesn't smell good anymore. And when her products don't smell good, Mom, I'm talking to you. When her products don't smell good anymore, you need to throw them away. They are bad. They're not supposed to last forever. This is supposed to last, no one can see that, 9 months, 12 months. What the heck does that say? I don't know, but it doesn't say 5 years. So this was my mom's, then she gave it to me. I've definitely had it for the entire pandemic, so it's over a year old, so it's definitely over the 12 months, but more than that, it smells badly. So this is also going away, and it's going in the garbage, Mom. It's not going back to you. What was the primer? The Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I thought it made, this is called pore minimizing. I thought it emphasized my pores every single day. Like every day, it somehow made it look worse. And I had a little bit of pilling. Like, that's never happened. Again, this is old as dirt, so probably needs to be thrown in the garbage. But my hard candy, like whatever primer that is so much better. Like this, again, going in the garbage. Did I like anything? No. So here's what I did like. I actually did like this crazy as hell Wonder Skin lip thing. If you didn't see my makeup bag from last week, you should, because this is crazy. It's red and you spray your face, you peel it off. This is not a lipstick I would want to use all the time because of the process, but this was fun to use. I did appreciate that my sister threw that in the bag for me. And then 2 last products. So the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner Serum. So I can't attest whether it's boosted my lashes, but I liked this. I don't know if I love it. It did not smear or anything, so that's not the problem at all. I didn't have any like running down my face. I wasn't wearing a mask this week, so I can't attest to that. But I need to use this some more. So this is, there's a jury out on this one. What I did really like was the NYX Professional Makeup Brow Tint Pen. This was fun to use. You can really make hair-like strokes, and it was super easy to use. I have mine in the shade Ash Brown, and I really did like it. And there's one more thing, I gotta grab it. All right, one last thing. Sky High Mascara from Maybelline, total viral TikTok thing. So the first time I used it, definitely lengthened my lashes. I think everyone attests to that. It is a lash lengthening serum product. So I think that is great. I personally like my lashes more voluminous. I don't wear false lashes. I don't have lash extensions, and my lashes are naturally long. So I don't need, they're also naturally curved. I'm sorry. But anyway, I have other problems, don't worry. so I don't need a lot of length, but I do like a lot of volume because I like the dark look next to my lash and I like them to be very black. So this provided length the first time I used it. The more I used it, the more it created volume. So I think this is a mascara that ages well. And so I'm not using it this week. It will kind of sit in my collection, just doing whatever it does, and then I'll pull it to the next bag and see how it works. But I did enjoy this, and again, I didn't experience any smearing, any fading, any flaking, anything like that. So I liked 2 things. I'm iffy. Oh no, I liked 3 things, but I didn't love this color. I'm iffy about this. Jury's out, shockingly, on these. And then everything else is either going back to my sister or going away. So let's see what I picked for bag 8. You better believe I picked some stuff that I know I love. So we've hit the 2-month mark. And I picked what I think is going to be a really good bag because I had such a time with that bag last week. It's such a time. So in bag 8, the first thing is the Transitional palette from Dominique Cosmetics. I am using this palette all over my face. It is my blush, bronzer, it is my eyeshadow, it is my brows, it's all the things, even my setting powder under my eyes. I filmed a video right before this one wearing this same shirt. That will be up on Wednesday. But this is the palette. It's all matte. I'm super excited to use it this week. If you're interested to see 5 looks with this one, please comment down below and let me know. But it's fun. There's like a little bit of a learning curve just figuring out what bronzer shade you should use, what brow shade you should use. First, I used one that was a little bit too warm in my brows. Then I tried to fix it. So we'll all learn, but this I'm really excited about. I also, for the eyes, pulled the Kitten Stila, whatever this is called, Shimmer and Glow. I grabbed this just in case one day I need a little shimmer, so I picked that. Sticking with the eyes, I grabbed one of my favorite eyeliners ever. However, that palette was also my eyeliner, so I might not need this, but this is the Bobbi Brown eyeliner with the Beauty Blender Wingman liner. It has this really cool shape and it's super easy to draw a wing. I absolutely love this brush. So I grabbed these 2, but like I said, that Transitional palette worked really well as an eyeliner just by wetting my brush and using an angled brush. Also for the eyes, and I'm wearing all of this today, is the Pat McGrath Fetish mascara. I had a sample, so I want to get some use out of that. I also pulled my ABH Brow Highlighting Duo Pencil. I can use that in my waterline, but also to highlight around the face. For brows, I pulled the Ka-Brow, but I'm actually not going to use this. So I'm going to take this out of the bag because I'm going to stick to doing my brows from the Transitional palette with a little bit of Gimme Brow first. As usual, I'm going to use my lash extensions from Thrive Cosmetics. Really need to buy the full size forthwith. So that's pretty much the eyes. Now let's get into the face. So for primer, I grabbed 2 things. The e.l.f. Oil Control, you'll see why I chose this. This is great. It's a setting spray, but it's a primer mist. I use it. It has a little bit, like the sprayer is a little bit like in your face. So I just spray it and then tap it with a sponge. And I also grabbed my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Really moisturizing. I love it. I love the way it smells. It has like a citrusy smell. So I like using both of these. They've been some of my favorite primers. And the reason I'm using them is because of the foundations. So the Revlon Colorstay Light Cover Foundation, I've been enjoying this. It's what's on my skin today. I think it's a good color match. It's super simple. And then I also grabbed the Sephora Best Skin Ever. I used this once. I didn't like it. So I want to get another try of it to see if it's something that I should return. The color match is great, but I'm not sure about this. So I'm gonna kind of test these, see if they happen to be dupes because they're super similar as far as weight goes, and I'll report back. Then for setting powder, which I probably won't use because I'll keep using the Transition palette. Actually, I'm gonna put this back. Forget everything I just said. Okay, for concealer, I grabbed my IT Cosmetics concealers. I have the shade Medium and Light Nude. I mixed the 2 of them. I really like this as a concealer. And then I also borrowed this from my mom, the Josie Maran Concealing Crayons. This was like big back in the day, and thankfully it doesn't smell. But it's just a crayon, really easy to use. So sorry, my daughter was stuck in the bathroom and was yelling to get out. Okay, where was I? I don't remember, but let's keep going. So for blush, I pulled the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Walk of a No Shame blush, which I'm trying to open. Again, I'm not sure if I'll use this because I want to use a transitional palette, but this has a little bit of glow, so if I'm feeling a little bit too matte, this will be beautiful. If I don't use this week, I will certainly pull it into the next bag. Do I bother with bronzers? No. I'm gonna put those away. We'll use them next week. Look at that. Okay, I am gonna pull this highlighter though. So this is the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder, and I'm using it because, like I said, that whole palette is matte. I did use a little bit today, and it's just a pretty shade. You can use it all over the face. I did a little bit like on my forehead and a little bit on the high points. So I'll use this, again, when I'm feeling a little bit too matte. And then let me swatch the lips that I'm using this week. So I am working from home because my family is quarantined, so I am not going into work. So I figured this would be the week to use some lipstick, right? Because I can't use it with my mask. So the first shade is from Maybelline, I believe. Yes, Maybelline Color Sensational. It's in the shade 760. It's called Gone Greige. It's literally like zombie looking lips, but I like it. I'm gonna pair it with some rosy stuff. I grabbed the Fenty gloss in Baby Brut. I'm too old, I don't get it. So that's just a little shimmery blush. A little bit of a gloss. Then I grabbed the Lolita shade from Kat Von D. It's the shade I'm using on my lips today. These swatches are amazing. Then I have the Kat Von D Lovecraft. Do I call it Kat Von D because that's what it was called when I bought it? Or do I call it KVD? I don't know. But anyway, this is Lovecraft. A little bit more of a nude. And then the last one, because every week needs some red, this is Manic Cream Lip from Urban Decay. Kind of a soft red. So, and I pair that with the Pillow Talk Medium 2 Lip Cheat. So that is my makeup bag for week 8. I think I'm gonna be much happier with this week, and I'm super excited for this palette. So make sure to stay tuned on Wednesday or come back on Wednesday so you can see me using that palette to get this look. And then, like I said, if you want 5 looks with that palette, just let me know. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye.